Let's move on and let's connect with our experts and open the floor for all our viewers to come and ask their stock-related queries. Just to once again revisit how you can connect with us, then there's a WhatsApp number that will be flashing all throughout the show on the top of your screen, where you can write to us with your name, your stock-related query, as well as the time horizon where you wish to stay invested. And we'll try to get the answers from two of our very special guests for today. We have Hemen Kapadia joining us on the technical front, as well as to guide us fundamentally, Shahina Mukadam is with us. A very good morning to both of you, and thank you so much for your time. Let's start the query session, and the first query is coming in from a FNO segment. So Hemen, I'm coming to you. This one is from Manish Bhatt from Ahmedabad. He says that he is holding August future of BEL. He's holding 2 lots at a price of 306 rupees. What to do in this one? And he also has MCX 1 lot from a price of 4,087 rupees. What will be your advice in both of these names?
A very good morning to you, Shrishti. A very good morning to you, Cheryl. Thank you for having me on the show. BEL is corrective. As of now, it's in the throes of a bounce back. So I suggest that these are cash market levels. I suggest he keep a stop loss of 297 and hold. A recovery is on the way. It doesn't look as if it's going to make a new high as of now, but a recovery nevertheless. Second stock that you mentioned is MCX. MCX is much better place. We are looking at a short-term breakout. This looks like converting into a medium-term uptrend. It's not yet happened, but the setup is distinctly positive vis-a-vis BEL. So I would say hold above 4,200. This stock is going to surprise big time.
Actually, just a quick note for all of our viewers, it is the 4th Wednesday of the month, which means that it is the women's special edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. So we will try and take as many queries come in from our women investors, our women viewers who tune in, who write to us daily. So hopefully you all are already tuned in and do start writing to us. Let me take this query coming from Reema. She's writing to us from Pune and she wants to know about RVNL and BEL. We had someone, we just now had Hemen talk about BEL, but what's your take coming in on this one, Shahina? Because she is holding on with 100% profit in both of these counters for the long term. She wants to know, makes sense to stay put, more upside on this, because we saw in the budget there was not particular mention about the railway infrastructure or whether matter of fact coming in for likes of BEL or so. So what's your take? For the longer term, the story is intact. The story that has been built will only keep on building on going ahead.
Yeah, see, I think the overall spend on infrastructure is going to go up, and railways is a very important component of this in the overall scheme. And both the stocks that the investor is invested in, RVNL and BEL, I think they are very strong PSUs with very large order book, and it makes sense to continue to hold. I believe even for RVNL, though the stock has moved up so substantially, in the medium term you can even see a price of 650 in the I would say 6 months to 1 year time horizon. Same with BEL. I think the stock looks pretty good to hold for the medium to longer term. So it's a hold for both.
Coming in on both of these names, but another query, Hemen, I have. It's coming from B. Soumya from Chennai, and she wants to advise on 2 counters. Firstly is Central Bank. She's holding the stock from a price of 50 rupees, and she also has Ease My Trip. Her buy price is 43 rupees. What to do in both of these, and in the short term, what to expect out of these names?
So, Shashi, Central Bank has had a beautiful run-up. It's in a consolidation phase, has been for the last 6 months. So if she's a long-term investor, I think it's a very clear hold, nothing to worry about. As far as Ease My Trip is concerned, we've gone nowhere in the last 1.5 years. Doesn't look as if it's doing anything spectacular. We'll need a close above 45 and then 47 to things to improve. Doesn't look bad, but hasn't done anything.
This one is coming in from Neha, who's writing to us from Bangalore. And Hemen, this one is for you. She has 30% profits in Orchid Pharma. She has 20% profit in Sumitomo Chemicals and Emphasis as well. For the short to medium term, she wants to know what's the sell targets for both of these counters. She can hold for 1 to 3 months. The counters are Orchid Pharma, Sumitomo Chemicals and Emphasis. She's making profit on all of these counters.
Hold Orchid, looks good. Above 1410, further upside is expected. As far as Sumitomo is concerned, it's on the cusp of a breakout above 520. setup positive, hold. And the last stock was Emphasis BFL. Emphasis looks good. IT looks good. Hold.
Right, that's the take coming in on this counter. But Shahina, the next query is coming from Anuradha. She's writing to us from Mumbai itself. Which amongst the three could be good investment opportunities for the next 2 to 3 years, where she has listed three counters, namely Archean Chemicals, Stylum Industries, or Somani Ceramics. Any of the three stocks you like at this point in time, Shahina?
See, Somani Ceramics, I do track. So I think here it looks like it will do better from going forward from here in with the rural spend moving up. So of the three, I would prefer Somani Ceramics, which actually has consolidated for some time and looks like it should do better with the next 1 odd year.
All right, this next query that I have is coming in from our viewer. This one is coming in from Krishnan Raj Gopal. We are still awaiting for our viewers, women investors, to write to us. Remember, it's Women's Wednesday. So please write to us and we'll take as many queries as possible. This one, actually, I've got this one coming in from Lakshmi, who's writing in from Hyderabad. Let me take her query first then. She has Philatex Fashions, 5,000 shares at a price of 9 rupees per share. She is admitting that she got carried away with some YouTube Shorts recommendations, and therefore she ended up actually purchasing this counter. Hemen, also Mukka Proteins, I don't know if you track this one, 36 rupees is the buy price. What should she do with these counters which she's already purchased based on some recommendations that she's seen on YouTube?
Philatex low top, lower bottom shell looks bad. New low, sell on bounce at around 8. Nothing positive, unfortunately, for her. As far as Mukka is concerned, I don't track it very closely, but just had a glance while you mentioned short-term uptrend, medium-term uptrend, setup is good, stop loss 47, expected target 68.
Right, that's the take coming in on Philatex. But next query that I have, Shahina, is from Meetu, and she's holding 1,200 shares of India Cement. After the cement pack, this stock has done so well, and we also know about the news flow out there, but her buy price is also quite attractive at just 200 rupees. So at this point in time, good time to book some profits out here, though she wants a short-term view. But I wanted to know from you that how much more upside that she can expect in this stock.
It is, of course, a hold from here because, in terms of the open offer, there are all news floating around. So I would say that you have to hold it for the longer term. And, from here on, I think she can still see a price of about 380, 390. But this is provided the M&A takes place in terms of a future offer from the, Birla Group. So, but it's a hold.
Right, this one is coming in from Shalini, who's writing to us from Chennai, and she's purchased about 50 shares of Hindalco at a price of around 685 rupees per share. She has Hind Copper also in a portfolio at 335, RCF at 220 rupees per share. What are the short-term targets for these, Hemen? If you can choose to answer about all three or maybe two of them. Hindalco, the purchase price is 685, Hind Copper 335, and RCF is 220.
Short-term view, it's a sell-on bounce as far as Hindalco is concerned, Cheryl. We walked into an intermediate correction. As far as Hind Copper is concerned, same thing. It's had a correction been corrected in the last 3 months. Same story. Short-term, nothing positive. And the last stock you mentioned was?
That's the take coming in on a couple of metal counters. But with this, it's time to slip into a very short break. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And women's, keep writing to us. Well, with this, let's get back to all your stock-related queries. Then today we are taking all the queries by our women viewers and continuing the same. The next query that I have is coming in from Shilpa from Hyderabad. And Hemen, let me have your take on this one because she wants a short-term view on Hindalco. She is already holding the share from a price of 340 rupees. What to do in this one since the stock is a little under pressure? Should she move out of this particular counter or continue to stay on?
If it's a short-term view, I think it's a move out. If it's a longer-term view, clear hold. For safety sake, stop loss of 270.
All right, this next query that I have is coming in from a viewer, Reshma Bhatia. And Reshma's query is coming in on SBI as well as Tata Motors. She's saying that she's seeing about 40% gains in both of these counters. Does it make sense to continue hold on to them or look to go ahead and book part profits in this one? Shahina, what's your take? SBI, Tata Motors, formidable players in their particular segment. Do you think that with the gains that she has, she should look to book out profits or stay put with them for the longer term?
It's better to remain invested in both these counters. SBI, of course, in terms of valuation, it is definitely attractively valued even currently versus its peers in the private sector. And in size, of course, it's the largest in terms of the PSU banks. And Tata Motors, they have been reducing their debt. The growth is coming back. So I think both these counters are portfolio stocks. You can remain invested for the medium to longer term.
Moving on to the next query, and this one is from Ashni from Hyderabad. And Shahina, help Ashni with your take on Tejas Network. She's already holding 2,000 shares. Buy prices 350 rupees.
Yeah, wow, that's a lovely price to have gotten. At the same time, even currently, they have come out with very good numbers, and also given the management commentary, the potential going forward is also good. There's been a good turnaround in the stock, which has seen the rally in the stock as of now. But even from here on, I think it's better to continue to hold. You may get better levels.
All right. This next query that I have is coming in from Hamsa, who's writing to us from Madurai, and she wants to know about IOC. 1,150 shares at a price of 112 rupees per share. She wants to know, does it make sense to buy some more at the current market price? She's a long-term investor. And given the fact she's a long-term investor, then I have to ask this question to you, Shahina. IOC, she's already sitting on these on a profit. She bought it at around 112 rupees per share. Makes sense to add some more right now of IOC in the portfolio, given the fact that IOC is also a counter that is very, very much dependent on what exactly happens globally when the crude oil price happens, the strategy of the government as well, isn't it?
I think she can buy it at slight dips, but for the medium to longer term, the story remains intact for IOC. They have capacity expansion, and as we know, crude oil prices have remained stable despite the global tensions that are ongoing. So it's wise to continue to hold as of now.
A hold coming in on IOC. But the next query, Hemen, is from Bharti, and she is writing to us from all the way from Dubai, and she's holding Mahindra Holidays, 1,000 shares, buy price is just 190 rupees. What to do in this one? Is that a hold or sell?
Medium to longer term, clear hold system.
All right. This next one that I have is coming in from this one is from, actually, I'm trying to look out for as many as women investor queries that we have. This was coming from Manjula, who's writing to us from Chennai, and she has about 750 shares of HOCL, that's Hindustan Organic Chemicals, at a price of 33 rupees per share. She's been holding for about 2 years now. Is it advisable to book part profits or hold on to this one for the next 6 months or so? Hemen, have you tracked this counter by any chance, Hindustan Organic Chemical? What's your take on this one? 33 is a buy price, good profits.
Hold. Stop loss 49, expected target above 65.
All right, that's a hold coming in on Hindustan Organic. The next query that I have, Shahina, is from N. Lakshmi Nagini from Hyderabad. She's a senior citizen but a long-term investor too. She's holding Bata, 24 shares, buy price is 1470 rupees, and she also has IGL, 100 shares from a price of 538 rupees. What to do in both of these stocks? Should she go ahead and book out profits or continue to hold on?
See, let me take IGL first. Between IGL and the other stocks in the sector, I think IGL looks to be slightly expensive than the MGL. So it is, in my view, preferable to switch. But I think both the stocks should do good in the longer term, given the thrust in terms of the government promoting PNG gas distribution companies should do better in the longer term. So both are hold if she wants to hold, or she can switch. In terms of the other stock, Bata, I think it's better to switch from Bata has done well in the shorter term, but it's better to switch from Bata to some of the other retail companies. In fact, I would prefer Reliance over Bata, because there we have the likelihood of the demerger happening over the medium to longer term, and I think it is very well placed in all the segments it is present. So that would be my pick.
This one is coming from Sangeeta, who's writing to us from Chennai, and she wants to know whether she should buy Kalyan Jewellers at current price for a period of about 12 months or any other related sector stocks. I'm sure this question would be arising in a lot of our viewers' mind, given the fact that the government has gone ahead and cut that customs duty coming in on gold and silver as well as platinum. So let me take this question to you, Shahina, because given the fact that she's asking Kalyan Jewellers today whether she should go ahead and buy for a period of 1 year or so, or any other stock in that particular domain, what's your view? Do you think that in the light of what exactly transpired in the budget, Kalyan Jewellers would be a good bet, or any other company in the gold jewelry business?
Segment, we only have Titan and Kalyan. So both, but are very expensive. So at the same time, if you want to enter the segment as of now, which I believe is, the organized sector will do better in the gold jewelry segment, I would prefer something like a small cap, like a Tyagmal, whatever. So Tyagarajan, I think, whatever that stock is.
Jewelers.
Jewelers. Yeah. I think there the valuation is more cheaper, more attractive. Tangamali, yeah, sorry. So Tangamali, the valuations are much more attractive compared to Kalyan Jewellers. So I would prefer that in the small cap space rather than the other two. If you're invested in, say, Titan or Kalyan, then you hold it for the long term. Valuations are a bit on the higher side.
All right, so that is the view coming in on the jewelry sector, and I can agree with the tongue twister on Tangamail as well. But yes, that's the take coming in from Shahina when it comes to the jewelry segment. Shrishti?
Well, yes, but that was really cute when Shahina was struggling. But indeed, Tangamail is the stock and you got an advice there. Moving on to the next query. Shahina, let me once again come to you, because this one is a query coming from Smita Vikram. She's currently holding Bajaj Healthcare and a buy price is 478 rupees. Wants a view that what is the outlook of this particular stock, worth holding, or should she go ahead and move out of this one?
Well, Bajaj Healthcare is like a small cap, and of course, I would say it is better to switch.
All right, this next one is coming from Reena Thomas, who's writing to us from Kerala. She has 5 shares of Dixon Tech at a price of 12,354 rupees per share. She wants to know whether she should hold on to it or look to exit. What's your take, Hemen, coming in on Dixon Tech? 12,354 is the buy price. The stock is perched around 10,800 rupees or so, though it's made a profit in the last 3 months or so, or rather seen an up move, but has not been able to meet our viewers' buy price.
2,500 to 12,900 share. I think one needs to be prepared for a correction of a greater degree. I'd say exit for the time being, or at a sell on bounce.
All right, but with this, viewers, it's once again time to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, and let's continue taking your queries and try and squeeze in as many as possible in the last leg of the show. This one's coming from Sarojini, who's writing to us from Coimbatore. Queries on IQ Lighting, 30 shares at a price of 367 rupees per share. Book loss or shift to another counter altogether, given the fact it's a recently listed counter. Shahina, what's your take coming on IQ Lighting?
Well, she can hold it for the medium to longer term though.
All right, moving on to the next query, and this one is from Neelam from Jaipur, and Hemen, she wants a short-term to medium-term view on Hindustan Unilever as well as JK Cement. What she's saying that she's already sitting at a 15 to 20% profit in both of these names, but good time to book out some profits or wait for another few months. She can wait for next 2 to 3 months.
Very clear, strong hold on HUL, absolutely no doubt. Breakout coming, all-time high coming. JK Cement needs a closing above 4,600 to hold as of now.
from Snigdha from Delhi. IndusInd Bank, her buy price is 5,000, I beg your pardon, sorry, 1,525 rupees per share. She wants to buy a fresh in a portfolio. Hemen, at what levels do you think that she can add some more of IndusInd in a portfolio for a period of 1 year?
1385, 1345.
All right, taking the next query, this one is from Suchita, and she's writing to us from Bangalore. And Shahina, she wants a view on BEL as well as RAC. Can she go ahead and buy both of these names right now, or she can also look at Oil India and Ircon? What to do in both of these names?
See, BEL, it's better to buy it at dips. It is consolidating as of now. IOC also, I think it's better to buy on dips only currently. Though, of course, both these stocks, PSU stocks, are doing well for the medium to longer term. And which was the third one?
All right, just going once again. Oil India and Ircon were the other two counters.
Okay. Oil India also, I think, all these are PSUs which are held at current levels. Valuations are a bit on the higher side. So they all buy on dips if you want to add. But if you're already holding, hold it for better returns.
So it's coming from Sneh, who is a senior citizen, 100 shares of Bajaj Finance. She's holding from the levels of about 5,000 rupees per share. Hemen, should she go ahead and book profits in Bajaj Finance or continue to stay put with it? What's your take coming in on Bajaj Finance?
If it's a longer term view, very clear hold.
All right, that's a hold coming in on Bajaj Finance. But with this, viewers, let's kickstart taking all your queries in the rapid fire session. And the first query that I have is coming in on IRB Infra, where Anupama is holding the share from a price of 71 rupees. And Shahina, if you can guide her on this one, IRB Infra, how does this stock look like to you?
Shorter term, it looks like it will consolidate. Long term, it looks good. So it's a hold.
All right, this one is coming for you, Hemen. Ugro Capital is a counter. Poonam Anand has 100 shares at a price of 281 rupees per share. What should be the strategy here?
Can you repeat the stock, please?
Ugro Capital.
Okay. Ugro Capital. Hold as of now.
All right, the next query that I have, Shahina, is coming from Rebecca, though she's already holding HDFC Bank from a price of 1,400 rupees. But at what levels can she go ahead and add more of this counter? She wants to stay invested for the next 2 years.
She can add at like levels of closer to maybe 1,500 would be a good level. That's not much lower than the current price of 1,600. But these are long-term stocks. You can keep buying it at dips.
All right, this one is coming from Karishma from Delhi. Shahina, 3 counters. She wants to know, does it even make sense to buy right now? Den Networks, Network 18 or Hathway?
All 3 are good. I personally also own some of them. And I believe if you're a long-term investor, there's a lot of potential in the media sector and all 3 of them, media and telecom.
All right, the next query that I have, Hemen is coming from Bhuvneshwari from Chennai, and she bought 100 shares of Lemon Tree. Buy price is 140 rupees. Your view for the next 6 months?
It's a hold.
All right, Swati wants to know, is it advisable to buy HEG and Sona BLW right now for a 3-year time frame, Hemen?
HEG is concerned, yes, I'd say buy 50% at this point in time. Sona also, I would say buy some and keep space to buy more.
All right, Hemen, at what price can Indra go ahead and buy Tata Technologies?
It's a relatively new listing, so I would say a small caveat from my side, but around 980.
All right, and with that, we come to the end of the rapid fire and the queries. Today was the women's special, and I believe we have managed to actually successfully take over 20 queries, at least 25 to 26 queries on the show, despite the show being a bit truncated one and a lot more pouring in. So thank you, Shahina, as well as Hemen, for joining us on the show and actually helping our viewers, especially our women investors, actually understand their portfolio much better. But with that, viewers, we are totally out of time on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. It's a goodbye from Shrishti, myself, and the team to put the show together. Stay tuned. Markets at noon coming up next.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.